Hey guys, welcome. So, if anyone really knows me, they know I am 1, obsessed with home decor, and that 2, I'm also quite known for being a cheapskate. So when pining around on swoon.com, obsessing over their cabinets, looking for a TV stand in my room, but realising I would have to start an OnlyFans page to be able to afford one, I decided that an upcycle was needed. And I'm always doing these renovation and DIY projects, which I post about on my channel a lot, so be sure to subscribe to check out these videos in the future. So I'm obsessed with the 50s and 60s vintage style furniture, which you can either go to a vintage store and find a beautifully curated kind of like collection of pieces of furniture that people have spent time kind of collecting and organising, but this often comes at a really high price. Or you can just kind of head down to your local Goodwill thrift charity store and kind of hunt for the crap, but hopefully find some great pieces, but at a price that makes you a little bit happy. So the stuff I ended up buying was these pieces here, and even though I didn't grab a photograph at the store, this was the cupboard in its original state. I got it for £30 after haggling £10 off because I was buying about 5 different things at the time. And I believe it's a 60s piece. It's made out of real wood and it's super strong. And it has all these amazing qualities, details, which if you were going to buy something new from IKEA, you just wouldn't be able to have. And if you was going to buy something that was potentially from like Swoon or from like a really good kind of quality store, you're looking at £500 upwards. So this was then the start of the DIY, and in all fairness, it was a really long-winded job, but overall what I did wasn't that complicated. As the cabinet is real wood and it's solid throughout, in order to get this light wood style, I just simply had to sand down the existing varnish on the cupboard. So I'm using an electric sander here, which is about £30 from B&Q, but I've linked one from Amazon, which is about the same price and style. It's a multi-use detail sander, so it has a large surface area to sand down large areas at once, and then it has a pointed end so that you can get into corners and smaller cracks and smaller detailing areas as well. So now, really, it's just endless days of me sanding down the varnish and the veneer off this cupboard. So cue the sanding montage. I mean, yeah, I am just really sanding here. And can I just express that do not do this upstairs in your living room? I did this in the winter time, so it was freezing outside, but in all fairness, cleaning up the dust in this place was a nightmare. So that kind of lingered around for a couple of months afterwards. Oh. So if you can, guys, do this outside. So you can see here that this beautiful wood grain detail has been exposed on the front of the cabinet, and on these doors we've got this beautiful pattern, and it's just a detail that's original to the cupboard, and it's so lovely to be able to kind of like revive it and see it in its true glory. So I'm super happy the way it turned out. So after it was all sanded down, I just simply gave it a quick varnish to protect the cupboard from my greasy hands and marks and scuffs and stains and things that I would ultimately drop and spill all over it in the future. And it kind of gave it this deepened oak colour, which was really nice and complimentary to the room. At first I was a little worried that it's going to be a little bit dark, but once it kind of like settled in and stained, it was just a really nice kind of like overall feel in the room. Something to note when buying vintage furniture is to have a look at the original handles. Often they actually are really high-end materials. These ones were brass, and with a little bit of turbs, I could actually just rub these down with a wire brush and reveal this beautiful gold that was underneath them. And this saved a lot of money because the holes that were in the cupboard was a little bit awkward, so it would have taken a bit of a weird handle or me kind of like fixing these holes just to be able to have one handle come through the center. So this was a great alternative. And the other 2 handles on the side I did swap out. I got these beautiful handles in Malaga when I was on holiday in Zara Home, and I just attached these to the cupboard with the holes original to the cupboard. And that was it. Like, this is the big reveal. I'm super stoked with the way it turned out. Like, it looks like it's something from Swoon or like a high-end furniture store. And And it's just great to know I was able to restore something with my own kind of like motivation. I say this, and this is like a really nice compressed video. It took me months to get round to actually doing all these little stages because of life and being procrastinating. But in the end, with the £30 cupboard, about £8 on a tin of varnish, and picking up these handles for about maybe £7-8, I spent near enough no more than 50 quid, which for a real solid wood piece of furniture, guys, is just super great value for money. You could not buy this at something of the quality of IKEA, and I will not slay IKEA. I have styled things on this cupboard with things from IKEA. I do love IKEA, but just sometimes it's nice to have a few custom pieces in the house that can really set off the aesthetic for your place. And I mean, guys, it's not completely perfect. There's a few areas that I had over sanded as I was still getting used to the sander, but I'm constantly restyling it with new pieces on the top to fit my current moods. So I'm actually really happy with the way this turned out. But thanks for coming on this journey with me anyway and watching this renovation come to life. If you liked these videos, be sure to give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to my channel to see future video renovations such as my bathroom makeover and the apartment tour in Malaga where I picked up the Zara handles. But until then, guys, bye!